Happy day, ladies and gentlemen. This is Miss Lil Bitz. Miss Lil Bitz is around 10 months old, perhaps, maybe 8, and she comes from a very loving home. These folks take in all kinds of dogs that they find just abandoned on the road. I think they're probably up to 7 or 8. These aren't little dogs either. These are great big old dogs. Miss Lil Bitz here is the smallest one by far that I've seen. Anyhow, they love her very much, and she was outside yesterday while the property owner was trimming up some trees that were damaged from the ice storm, and one of the limbs or branches fell off of the tree after it had been cut and hit a metal roof and spooked her bad, and she bolted. And they looked for her for a couple of hours, couldn't find her, and then they gave me the call. So I go out yesterday during the day for about 2 hours, and it finally got to the point that there was so much sun that I just couldn't make out what I should be looking for, and all the false readings coming from everything that was being heated up. So we tried again that evening, looked for about an hour and a half, and we were able to find her, but I lost her, and I was just sick about it. And I got up this morning. I was on site where I wanted to park by 6 o'clock, and within 2 minutes of flying, I had found her. Pretty much right where I had discovered her the first time. She had gone back there. So this is the story. This is how it all went down. I hope y'all enjoy the video. Okay, so this was the first discovery, and we were looking, and we couldn't tell what this really was at first. When you're in the moment, and you're trying to make out what you're looking at, every second I'm in the air is clicking off. I have a finite amount of time that I can fly before I've got to leave, and so everything's just go, go, go. And I really wanted this to be a dog, but the more we looked, the more it was looking like a calf, and that's what we just about decided that it was. It was just a calf. So I'll start looking in a different place that evening, and I come across Miss Lil Bitz, and she did something that I hadn't really had to struggle with before. She was staying in place, but I think when I lit her up with a spotlight, it may have spooked her. She was already scared, in a strange place, on high alert, and she started to move. And she really wasn't going any place in particular. She was just going from one place to the next, just kind of roaming around. But eventually she started moving a whole lot faster, which makes me think that she was panicked. And I tried to keep the light off of her once I had found her, and was just looking at her with a thermal. And this whole time I'm taking a QR code and sending that to the client to try and get them GPS coordinates so they can go to Miss Lil Bitz to retrieve her. But it takes time. They have to get permission from the property owners. They have to get on site. There's gates that they have to go through. You just don't go from point A to point B on some of these rescues. And so my job right now is just to track her and keep up with where she is. I'm nervous. I had about 11% of battery life that I could use before I had to bring the drone back. And so every second that's going by, I'm just afraid I'm going to lose her. So I flew back. I was able to reacquire her, and I'm tracking her. But she's moved. She's moved quite a ways. And like I said, she's not making any sense. She's just running. And I haven't put the light on her again. I'm waiting on the property owner, or excuse me, the client to get on site. And I'm talking to him on the phone, trying to direct him over there, but I don't know exactly where he is, and I don't want to take my eyes off of Miss Little Bitz because I'm afraid that I'm going to lose her. And so, the most helpful I can be right now is that at the end of this lake, there's a skinny end and there's a wide end. And I'm like, she's on the wide end of the lake or of the pond. And again, he can see the drone. And so he's walking towards the drone. I'm probably 220, 230 feet off the ground. And again, I'm just steadily tracking her, doing all I can to try and be helpful to the client. But, my focus is tracking that dog. If I lose the dog, it doesn't matter if I can get the client there or not. I'll have no place to try and direct the client to. And this whole time, every second that goes by is, a second closer to when I have to bring the drone back. I get about 30 to 32 minutes of flight time with this unit. So again, I'm still following her, and I'm just not sure if I'm getting the property owner any closer to where she is. He's saying that he can see the drone. He believes he's right under the drone. I'm just not sure. So I decide to look down. There's just cows right under me. Against my better judgment, I took my eyes off of her. And now I don't know where she is. She was just right there. She couldn't have gone far. So I'm scanning around in an absolute panic, trying to find Miss Little Bitz. And I've lost her. Then I can see the owner coming. And I'm just sick. I had the owner practically there, and now I've lost her. This is the first time I've had a pet recovery where the pet was on the move. Also, I have never done a pet recovery at night. I've done animal recoveries. Well, good news is I went to the alternate parking location this morning, and like I said earlier, within 2 minutes, I found her. She was pretty much right where I discovered her the first time. And I immediately get on the phone and let the client, the pet owners, know right where she is, and I'm not taking my eyes off of her for nothing. I said the second coming could be happening, and I'm not taking my eyes off of this dog. So I've just got to bide my time, stay vigilant, and wait on the pet owners to get there. It's just going to take a few minutes. So, like I said, I'm just watching, keeping up with her. And I'm going to give it a few minutes, and I'm going to call the pet owners and see where they are and try and direct them to where they need to go to get Miss Lil Bitz. So she's kind of settling down. She's certainly not running the way that she was last night. I'm about 380 feet off the ground. I'm just zoomed in really tight. I'm not directly above her. I'm trying to keep my sound away from her, and now I can see the property owner. I'm on the phone with him and trying to talk him in to how to get to her. Now, it doesn't look like it on this thermal image, but it is thick. And I'm like, go this direction, go that direction, and go into the woods. She's right there. And he's like, I'm trying to find a way to get in there. That's how thick it is. And this is the closest they've been since Miss Lil Bitz came up missing. And so I'm so just anxious to get the pet owner, the client, to Miss Lil Bitz. And he's found his way through, and he's getting closer. It's like you're 50 feet from her, and he still can't see her. And then finally, he's like, I see her. So I switch over to the zoom lens. I'm just checking to make sure that I know right where she is. He's gently calling to her, whistling to her. I get off the phone with him so he can concentrate just on her. And then he eventually gets down on a knee, starts talking sweetly to her, clapping his hands, whistling. And she's not going anywhere, and she's in that survival mode. Whether she knows you or not, she's scared, she's apprehensive, she doesn't know if she wants to go to him or not. And here we go. Reunited. And it feels so good. So, ladies and gentlemen, another successful pet recovery. Y'all have a good evening.